I told my manager, I will make my homework tonight. She smiled strangely and said, You mean you'll do your homework? I had absolutely no idea why make was wrong. In my head, they meant the exact same thing.
Make and do confuse learners constantly because many languages use just one word for both.
Exactly, and today we're covering the verb pairs that get confused constantly in English.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Emma.
And I'm Daniel. Let's get straight into it.
Today's topic genuinely fixes some of the most common, repeated mistakes learners make, even at higher levels.
Exactly. Let's decode the most essential verb pairs immediately. Let's start exactly with make versus do from our story. Make is generally used for creating or producing something physical or new.
For example, make dinner, make a cake, make a decision. Do is generally used for activities, tasks, or general actions.
For example, do homework, do the dishes, do exercise. The confusion is real, but the pattern genuinely helps once you see it clearly.
Next essential pair, say versus tell. Say focuses on the words themselves without necessarily needing a listener mentioned.
For example, she said hello. Tell requires mentioning who received the information.
For example, she told me hello, or she told him the news. Tell always needs that person mentioned directly after it. Next, borrow versus lend. Borrow means to take something temporarily from someone else. For example, can I borrow your pen? Lend means to give something temporarily to someone else.
For example, could you lend me your pen? Same situation, completely opposite direction of the action.
3 essential pairs already. Make do, say tell, and borrow lend. Already enough to fix some of the most repeated mistakes learners make.
Emma, which confusing verb pair took you personally the longest to master?
Honestly, bring versus take confused me for a genuinely long time, even after years of studying English.
That's such a common one. Let's clarify it now. Bring means moving something toward the speaker's current location or toward wherever you're going together.
For example, bring your umbrella to my house, moving toward my location.
Take means moving something away from the current location, toward somewhere else.
For example, take your umbrella when you leave, moving away from here.
What made this specific pair so confusing for you personally?
My native language uses essentially one single word for both directions, so this distinction genuinely felt unnecessary at first, almost overly complicated.
Let's cover hear versus listen. Hear means sounds simply reach your ears, often without effort or intention.
For example, I heard a strange noise. It just happened, without effort. Listen means paying active, deliberate attention to sound.
For example, I'm listening to music, an intentional, active action.
What about see versus watch versus look? 3 related words, all genuinely different.
See means something simply enters your vision without necessarily concentrating. I saw a bird. Just happened naturally.
Watch means observing something moving or changing with attention over time. I watched the movie.
Look means directing your eyes deliberately towards something specific. Look at that. A direct, immediate action.
What about win versus beat? These confused me constantly for a long time too.
Win is used with the event or competition itself. For example, I won the game.
Beat is used with the person or team you defeated. For example, I beat my brother at chess.
Very important distinction, since mixing these up creates genuinely strange, incorrect sentences.
What about remember versus remind?
Remember means recalling something yourself, internally. I remembered her birthday.
Remind means causing someone else to remember something. Please remind me about her birthday.
What about speak versus talk? These feel almost interchangeable sometimes.
They're genuinely very similar, but speak tends to sound slightly more formal, often used for languages or one-directional communication. Talk tends to sound more casual, conversational.
For example, I speak 3 languages versus we talked for hours.
What about raise versus rise? A genuinely tricky grammatical pair.
Raise requires an object. You raise something else. Please raise your hand.
Rise does not require an object. Something rises by itself. The sun rises every morning.
Let's cover a useful grammar point here. Many of these confusing pairs relate to transitive versus intransitive verbs.
Transitive verbs need an object, like raise. You must raise something specific. Intransitive verbs stand alone, like rise. The sun simply rises.
Recognizing this pattern helps with several confusing pairs at once, not just this specific example alone.
Extremely useful grammatical concept to keep in mind while learning new, similarly confusing verb pairs in the future.
Let's review the essential verb pairs from today all together.
Make, create or produce something. Do, perform a task or activity.
Say, focus on the words themselves. Tell, requires mentioning the listener.
Borrow, take something temporarily. Lend, give something temporarily.
Bring, move toward here. Take, move away from here.
Hear, sound reaches you passively. Listen, actively paying attention.
Win, used with the event. Beat, used with the opponent.
Remember, recall yourself. Remind, cause someone else to remember.
Raise, needs an object. Rise, stands alone, no object needed.
8 essential verb pairs now, covering some of the most commonly confused verbs in everyday English.
Practice borrow and lend today specifically, using both correctly in one short conversation with yourself.
Daniel, tell us the full story about make versus do with your manager.
So this happened during my early months at a new job, still building genuine confidence with everyday professional English.
A moment that could genuinely affect how you're perceived professionally.
Exactly that pressure. My manager asked about an assignment, and I confidently replied, "I will make my homework tonight."
A completely understandable mistake, given how many languages use one single word for both actions.
Completely understandable to me at the time, though clearly not standard English usage at all. She paused, smiled gently, and said, "You mean you'll do your homework?"
A kind, immediate correction.
Very kind, though I remember feeling genuinely confused in that exact moment. I asked directly, "Aren't they the same thing?"
What did she say?
She explained briefly that make is for creating something physical or new, while do is for completing tasks or activities generally.
A quick, clear explanation, similar to what we covered today.
Remarkably similar, actually. After that single conversation, I started noticing the pattern constantly in nearly every piece of English content I consumed afterward.
Did the mistake continue happening after that, or did it correct itself relatively quickly?
It took genuine conscious effort for several weeks, but eventually it became automatic, without needing to actively think about which verb to choose.
What's the lesson for our listeners here?
One small correction, delivered kindly, can genuinely fix a mistake permanently, much faster than years of passive studying alone.
And feeling comfortable being corrected without embarrassment actually accelerates learning significantly, rather than slowing it down.
Completely agree. That single sentence about homework taught me more than weeks of grammar exercises ever could have.
Everyone, which verb pair confuses you the most? Tell us in the comments.
And which one from today will you practice first? Make versus do? Bring versus take?
We read every single comment, and honestly, these specific grammar confusion stories genuinely help other learners feel less alone.
If this episode helped you, please like it and subscribe for a new episode every week.
In our next episode, we are talking about sarcasm in English, how to recognize it, and how it can genuinely confuse learners completely.
Subscribe now so you do not miss episode 39.
Take care, everyone, and remember, you do your homework. You don't make it.
Bye, everyone.